Though I try up against so much more than I thought. Hmm. 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 Not again, no. Not if I'm. Hmm. Hmm. How about what I really don't understand is why I'm such in the way? Why? I shouldn't be in the way. So much has been going on. At the same time I've been distracted. I was never a singer, it's just an emotion layer. Emotion, yeah. So, real talk. But I hope what I did was a good thing. I'm pretty positive it was, pretty certain. I'm not a big fan of people always thinking they own people, unbeknownst to them, or just in general. Nobody or no certain race. There should be no treaties or claims that one person is involved in that they're unaware of. That's bogus. That's really, really chancing and cheating. And let me tell you, you never want to be that one that they say is. So I'm all about staying here. Not staying here, but staying. I have no desire to go to sea. I have no desire to go to space. I'm not an alien. 100% human, born here. And I think that the obsession with extraterrestrial, something I just respected. I didn't even really look at the sky as a kid. Honestly, I knew it's there. My mother talked enough about them that I just kind of, I don't know. So things are what they are. And I shouldn't just say they are what they are. Things have been pretty much off for a minute. And I'm trying to be be someone that people want to have around and think that is an asset and believes that they can heal and get through this while staying who they are without feeling like they have to or pedal to the metal because they've got to keep up with prophecy or with what they think or what they plan to happen. I was thinking science, the imperfection in science is free will. And so I don't mean free will as in and then I say it and I'm thinking, well, then that's why they lock people up, right? Not that they don't need to. I'm not, that's a whole other money game right there. Not game, but money. And there's a lot I don't know. I know that who's to fear who at this point. In my experience, people seem to have taken on their, and it's like, how long ago did this happen? I was awake back, 20, I still have been awake. Just been put away, put out, and kind of, let's see what she does. Oh, well, in 2018, hey, oh wait, can they feel this? Can they somehow do the same with their own because I'm singing? Are they going to profit now because I'm happy for a second? It's called being the workhorse. And I feel sad that I named my son after a horse. Not after my dad. My dad turns out is pretty cool. So much so that people want to claim him. Or they can claim it, they do. Hey, seems like, I don't know, it's just been really plodded on and I don't have the energy to go into. So, but I do see it. And what's that one Dad mentioned? Streets of New York, I think it's called. Something New York, and it looks old, but it says it's old. I don't know if it is. About 25 years old. So when you recognize what's been going on, and maybe that's what time travel was to people, is they could create something in advance and then know that they would have the willpower and the money and the resources and the plan laid out. It's pretty creepy to go ahead and do that. And that's probably how they have taken down empires. And so in their own ways, although this day and age, I don't know if they switch back and forth between sexes and ethnicities. And I'm talking seemingly in the real. in the rail. Close enough to... What the heck? So, but most of it is just behind filters, and filters were created for privacy. So people could operate in this world that I'm seeing now is potentially dangerous where I went. And even if that might not, I don't know, it's like, is that person really that, under that? What was it? What was it? It was under that, basically skin suit, or under that, it was here local. And it was whatever the drug agency was called. Something, it's just old people in such and such suits. And I think on this in that short time. Holy smokes. Oh, let me clarify, there's 2 reindeer roads. There's a reindeer and then there's a reindeer way back. Just saying there's reindeer roads probably. I remember that they're short term. A lot kind of happened there too. So does this mean that and that's nothing to do with that I'm just speaking on some correlations that seem to kind of follow me, maybe, well, now that I recognize it, before my son was even born, and possibly before I was even born. Does that mean you get to define where I end up when God gives me free will? Heavenly Father gives me free will? No. Does that mean you get to define when I decide it's a good idea to call and check on my family? No. I don't think so. I'm grateful that we have the resources we do to call the cops when we feel, and it was a non-emergency. So when we feel the need to, based on all we don't know factually, so granted, had it been the other county in that area, I don't think I would have today. I just know that I don't usually get like that, but I do know that I did see with my own 2 eyes it wasn't so good. So if that's what this is all about, then now this goes way back. This goes back to like the Monroe and the JFK and MLK times. It looks like someone said they're going to release some files. People get scared to say names, and I'm not in the, here's the thing, I want to be happy and be able to heal and find out. Okay, that makes me potentially a threat to some people. So, as I mentioned, I only have 2 names. I set them. So those 2 names, it seems like, holy smokes, how many days has it been since I said those names? That's what I feel like, in a way. I'm grateful for, but it's a wicked, and I don't mean wicked as in, I used that word prior to the movie coming out, which I have not seen. So, and I'm not saying anything wicked about wicked, I didn't watch it. Okay, I'm just saying it's a wicked thing to use the word wicked, not wicked, but. So, relocate, right? Or I can hear some, get a goddamn job, Jessica, and get some money in your pocket, and get a car. Yeah, I know. To know and not to do is really not to know, so stop saying you know. You can know something and not do it, though. Anywho, I'm saying, so I'm trying to, stay alive, essentially, while also not creating a sense of fear, I guess, that might just be like, oh no, she mentioned that now. She's really going to be in for, and that's not in for nothing but goodness. And I'm hoping that I can, definitely don't want to be a slave in any which way that, any way, period. I don't want to be a slave. I don't need to be a slave. I'm grateful for the food stamps I'm getting right now and for the roof over my head. Doesn't mean I'm going to be here. It's a strange thing when you come home and you realize, well, it's home, but it's time to go. You know, like, it's time to go. And I don't mean go as in leave. I just mean go. Mom's okay now. I think she's safe now. And I'm grateful to have had a place to come back to when I was scared to death I was going to be killed a week earlier. Totally scared, and I don't mean to make a joke out of that. I really do mean that. And what really sucks is wondering if because they didn't get me then, they came to get me now. Here. And because they couldn't get me here, because I didn't follow innuendos or follow the stupid little clues you always put up on your... They're not stupid. August, when I walked out, okay? That whole week. Horrific. I felt like I was like, why do they have like an 8-year-old girl up on the altar in Portland, Oregon with 300,000 people? What the fuck is that? Am I supposed to give it a thumbs up? Peaceful music and everything? Am I don't? What is going on? Faces mixed with other faces. It was a trip. And this is the lightest of it. So I definitely know that there is some, there's some manipulative power in the wrong techie hands. Not that techies aren't cool. I don't know really shit about shit when it comes to techies. So really pardon me for talking on this, because it's even worse than going to a restaurant and talking shit on food. Because at least you can see them there. I can't see you doing anything behind where I'm at. Trusting that dirt. But does that mean you just keep getting to kick people without the others? They can't talk for themselves, come up along and just want to scream. But they don't, because they're wiser than that. Okay? I am a single, this is just me. I don't know why 135-pound me, 140 pounds these days. And it's taken you're not going to take what I have left, which is, excuse me, just me. You hear my stomach? So every time I get nervous. It's probably from, and I dared even tell you all that, because then I become a target for the next offering, and I'm not about that either, okay? You know, my son said to me, first thing I get back here, I talked to him a whole of less than 10 times all last year, maybe a dozen, 20, I don't know, I'm not, never mind, something under 24, okay? See, and then I think on numbers, and I get off on that, and I've never even read a book on numerology. I don't have any desire to study astrology, numerology, to really look at the sky much. Stars are cool. Yeah. So I like being outside during the day, and used to love it at night, but I'm off subject. So this is where yeah. Yeah, it's but don't you think those people that really like actually were held to the point where they couldn't move? Okay, where it was physically, and y'all thought y'all were so cool to be the persecutors and the ones taking the lives, and then step in and win? Doesn't work that way. In exactly the way that it's been, and that you think it's going to continue. That's just, nah. So am I going to do anything about it? No. I think it's already happening, organically so. Nothing to do with the well check I did on my home family. All my stuff's still addressed to that address. I'm like, not all, but some. I've had issues with my identity. I spent basically the last year I had, and it looks like someone else is potentially here working, only to be told I'm blocked from getting this. And no. There's just, so I'm grateful to have gotten out. And I suppose it was some grand plan to maybe print another or something like that. I hear they do that these days. And then have someone attack it so that that person gets blamed later because, hey, I'm just drinking to go to work because I'm so scared to go to work or really be anywhere that I feel the need to drink. So, yeah, there goes my chances with, although it was told ages folks. So how long has all of this been going on is my question. How long? Just this September, as far as I'm concerned. You can't call someone a robot just because they make it through something that you don't understand. So, here's about, or they're not garbage just because they're still alive when they might not have been okay without a bone marrow transplant at the age of 5. There's a lot more people involved in this than I realized. Sounds like. Am I going to lay down my life because y'all fucked up? No. No, people just go to the, hey, I'm laying. No. It's not just because there's so many things at stake. It's not pride. I worked for this. This is my name. I have done a lot in the past. Hashtagged. I mean, marked, written, so much online anyways. And in my son's, I've created a digital footprint that sounds like it's been emulated, but that mattered to me, and my identity is tied to that. I'm one of the only bold ones or foolish enough ones to step out there with my own real name and a silly couple of little nicknames to then, and my own face. Okay, then, so I've given everything up to, no, and the only thing I'm saying no to is let me be me. I'm a logical person, aside from hopefully knowing that I got a call back real quick, letting me know that everything was good. It sucks having your son scream at you, telling you he never wants to hear from you again, basically. So, yeah. And then it calls mom, which was cool right afterwards. So and they had a good talk, so I'm grateful for that, which I told her. So aside from that, I don't like the fear. And yes, I know there's a lot that I'm factually unaware of. I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes in that way, so I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, period. Unless you're trying to impose even more on ours, or deceive even more on ours, or really be of a different cultural ethnicity, background, standing, name, and really be someone else in the soul. I mean, you can't prove that in court, though. That's the thing, you can't prove. And who's to say there's even a court? Because it seems like court is by the media. Like, yeah. So that's what's been going on, and it's not real fair. Maybe because it's it's like, let's just get everyone in there and hear everybody else's story. I know life's not fair. Let's hear everybody else's story and pay everybody this, that, and the other. And then when we get to the least guilty person, honestly, well, actually, my son was the least guilty person, period. I don't give a fuck what you say or try to put on his name. Try to step in and fill. And so they do. They try to, they will. They will. I didn't mean to wink, because apparently that means even more. There's so much I'm unaware of, but you can't change what you can't change. What I can change is getting out of here with respect and with knowledge that hanging out in my room like I do with no car and no real means to get a car, feeling trapped, even though it's my own trappings. And I'm grateful to have had it. I'm grateful to have a place to get healthy that I call home. And it is technically home. Technically, as far as has been over the years, on and off. Not too much towards. So I can't change that, and that's something I'm not ready to. That's not my fight. That's not my battle. That's not my blessing. That's not my. I know what my blessings are, and it takes me just being able to live with those few I trust. And I already said earlier, I'm talking like with the faces, the actual of my own, or a phone call. Otherwise, and up and in, up from, driving off, up and out. I'm getting weird, and it's, I gotta get out. No, just kidding. Stop drinking. I didn't say forever, but I don't drink regularly. I really don't do much of anything. Aside from take what is prescribed to me, which is just basically one. So why am I telling you all that? It's like, does she have a button on her back? It just says, say, speak. Tell us everything you know. Right? So yeah, back to my stomach. When I thought that my son's stomach when I thought that he had maybe been raped at work, potentially in some crazy weird dimension, because of the cops that I called. All the while, David, this way, that way, the Uber driver, this. So I'm just thinking on correlations. Back to, okay, I thought that I had killed my son. I thought that I had brought something really bad on my son. Then by calling his work to do a will check, 'cause I was worried about him the night before, that y'all know about, I'm sure, because, so not y'all and you all. So here we are. But when you think that your own, when you believe that the worst has happened, end of story. What, are you trying to get me fired? No, hell no, I've never tried to do anything wrong to my son. It's been played on with the tippy toppest. So I think that that's also known. Zach, I hope you can forgive me for everything that I was not around for, and for when I was around. Please forgive me for not being self-aware. So, but my stomach, because of his stomach, I heard someone lost like 15 inches of corn. Does that have to do with? Because I remember the day I had been in the hospital for a week after I tried to blow my guts out with time-release Adderall and vodka. Okay, it didn't work. I was going to fall on a knife to stab through my heart. That's how terrified I was of these people coming. One I had never even met. That's how terrified I was in my spirit. Since then, I think there's some things that have come to light as where I was, hopefully. Not, yeah, I appreciate that time. That's just another, that was another family, it sounds like, assigned to keep me alive, maybe. To keep them alive. To get my story. To see what I did. So I've been under a guardianship, or per se. I've never seen one, but I'm grateful for those at times. Sienna Sweets was also a guardianship. It's been one for a minute. Can I take care of myself? Yeah, I do believe after some healing and time, I can. I do believe when I'm not bombarded with not knowing anything factually, but still supposed to be picking up on this and have a huge alleged thing going on when no facts have been given to me. How does that work? Knowing that my name matters to me because it's the experiences that I've lived in the first person, regardless of the tarnishment or the pride people don't want to suck up and admit that I didn't really die. I didn't really disappear. I disappeared off, and unless there's something I don't know about, you can factually show me. So there is no number 2 me, except for the emergency room 2018, and you want more information on that, you can ask me. So that was very scary. That was real. My thigh hurt for a whole month. But at least I woke up to that handsome. At least I woke up to the doctor telling me I got to go instead of the crazy ass he, she, and then that, I'm sorry, but that little tiny rat coming at me with the needle. I was pissed about the various departments and how under one roof they couldn't get all their different, why you gotta come over to me and ask me 4 times when I don't feel good? For my name and address and my phone number. It makes no sense to me. At all. Just get on one system and or listen to the person. It's just ridiculous. So I was frustrated because I was already frustrated because I was being I've been bullied for a long cyberbullied. But when it becomes cyberbullying becomes the real thing, has so much money now from behind hiding, and who knows. The solution is I don't believe this scary is scary, I'm sure. And it is scary that people eat people. That's scary. It's scary that people are so hungry to eat, it sounds like, that they go eat cows and shit. That is, I don't know the facts on all of this, and I don't want to know any more facts. Okay, and if I have ever, I'm not aware that I have. That is not something that we need. You pick up, that's why the world is confused. Seriously. It's like whatever energy, not just the energy that was, or they make it into, let's figure out how we can monopolize on killing people. That's what people. And then on top of killing people to get the supply for our mystery drug, fentanyl, and I have no qualms. I've never, what the fuck? And then you turn around and it's, God knows what's in it. Probably, oh God. They turn around and give it to the addicts or the people. I hear voices in my, I hear one, not voices in my head, I hear one person say, or the people cleaning it up. Yeah, that person was probably already on it. Long, and you know what? Fuck that person. If it was that person, you know. I'm just getting kind of weird with it. But hey, I still got 7 viewers and 2 thumbs up. That's really good odds. And I'm not drunk. I haven't had a drink for, I had like a little thing. I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Confession. Confession, okay? I had to drink like once in the past 2 weeks. No, no, I really did though. So, do I have to go to confession? No. Do I see the pastor on the other end? Yes. Does that mean you're the devil? I don't know. My brother tried to warn me, devil at your door, but see, the devil at my door then wasn't the same face I see today. Potentially down below. Or potentially in front of me. But I do see, so it's a whole, it's like, I feel, has become, I feel it's become, yeah, you can't prove that his phone wasn't there that whole time. I'm sorry, it's just, rah! If this is really going on, that would mean if she, fuck off, I guess it's known that absolutely he, there's things I don't know, so I just need to shut up. At the same time, there's things I need to know so I don't feel the need to want to talk, okay? And that doesn't mean I'm tortured, or you swoop me up, or I'm paid off, or I'm transferred guardianship to. Oh, look at her telling us what to do. No, let's just call this, I was going to say dreaming, but it's not dreaming. It's called trying to brainstorm solution to someone that has become a problem without having to say anything, without just maybe it's just my phone, maybe it's targeted advertising from my phone, maybe it's just in my head that my brother's LLC has grandiose delusions, maybe it's just in my head that I could go on, that I want it, that I'm fearful to leave my room, maybe it's just my fault that, okay, there's some things, yeah, that who the fuck are you to blame and throw, it's like the judge, whoever the top, hopefully I'm praying that they are the best. But if anyone is going to have, solution oriented. I need money. I need to work for money. I need to not feel like I'm being bullied out of my position, not just for the past 25 years of the whole watching type stuff, and figure out how we can get in and pick apart. Not just because, actually, yeah, because of my music. Because of not my music, it's actually y'all's music, because I just did what I did, and quite frankly, was quite a fool along the way while creating beauty and putting money in your pocket to get rich and then throw the stone at me. I'm not going to have that. And then not just throw the stone at me, take what I did, turn around, force my son basically to reproduce it for you, it sounds like, make money for you, all the while keeping him. So, but things, I hope, oh my goodness, what a crazy, when you guys refer to people as being old, it's just because of the experiences you put them through probably. When they're not, it's like you're in such a race to reset time to try to fix the things that I'm not responsible for something that happened I wasn't even there. You can't put that crime on me because of such and such suggestion, or that is just some bullshit. That is a really bad way to start off. So, okay, here's a little to the 5 people watching. And the 2 are the people, the richest people in the world. It sounds like today are the people that control the airspace, okay? And I didn't even see NASA there. I saw the 2 others. Think about it. Like, I don't want to go to space. I have no desire, man. You put your life in the controls of someone else to come back? I think not. There's a reason why the most powerful and richest people in the world are rich from... They don't want to go back to space. That's probably, let's get the scariest thing, let's take control of the thing we're scared of the most, right? maybe she knows this because she's been there. No, no. There's all kinds of baby pictures and proof that I was in utero with my mother and that my son was in utero with me and that we both gave birth. I have pictures of definitely me giving birth. Pretty sure. Definitely know my mom had a cesarean with me. So yeah, no. Definitely not alien. I don't know who's been so ashamed at some point they felt the need to say it was shift. Like shift. Was I sold at some point? Was there shifting of literal, hey, we're gonna shift, we're gonna call this bloodline this one. We're gonna give this name to this person, and then we're gonna, after they had a whole slew of already premeditated names to take over. I think this started back when it's like, was JFK, were they all really white? Were they all really, That was not, yeah, it is. I wish I had the one with my son on it. I know. I haven't had that for years. And my mom put it up because it was fading. So it's nice to know that the whole, I don't under, it's like, who's it? Who's that? Mrs. Owl? Bye. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk on here. I'm reading those. I don't know how to reply on those, but, it's very risky to appear as you are. No one else does it these days. I don't see this ever. I see one person that looks like they're mixed with everybody, or the next girl that's mixed with all of those. I see people dipping in. I think that one person, maybe one of the two I mentioned, I saw it then too, right before Christmas. I'm like, that bitch, she fucking dipped out and doesn't have to. She's just gonna dip shit on her, but who knows if she really dipped out? Because the way I'm seeing things these days, I'm a baby, but not your baby. I live my life. I'm normal. I'm not a part of I'm not a part of that evil. I'm not a part of that ownership within secret type stuff. I don't have facts on this, but for me, yeah, no, I'm good. Even being prayed over as a baby or dedicated is not, I'm sorry, that's a privilege, sure. That's good, but to know that, hey, wait, maybe that's kind of followed me throughout my life. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? All right, well, definitely think of worse things. And again, like I said, I don't know what that means. I don't know what I mean, it's great to be baptized, right? Or dedicated, but in the Catholic Church they call it christened. I was thinking about that. I have my christening gown my mom made me. That's all right. That's cool. But, and I'm not denouncing that. I don't have the time in my life after everything that's gone on to study the religion that I basically am supposed to be no, that's not. There's no crime in not abiding by everything that there's pressure on to fulfill because of something that just didn't go right because it wasn't the right thing to do. Which was 2000 times back. But for me, 07 to 08, how can you claim 2 days? Because it was like late in the evening, the 7th, and I think late in the evening on the 7th is what I recall. And next morning, like almost 11, I think, the 8th. And I don't have any, me personally, I don't have any qualms on the cops. I don't, for me, and I shouldn't for anybody else. That they don't frighten me. Respect, and you have to understand the position. Most cops are people just like us, and I know that the cops are, in any which area, they're the biggest gang in the. Cops are a gang too. Gangs is just an organization. Okay, So I believe that people go in, hopefully people go in not to abuse power, but to actually care. And hopefully that what am I trying to say? Hopefully each blackmail is a very guilt seems to be very, very instrumental in utilizing as a weapon for those that use it. And I don't know what the legalities are in confession and what those pastors are allowed and not allowed to say or do. So I don't know. Though I've said it for a long time, those are powerful positions because you hold everybody's secrets. Do I want it? No. Not at all. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to say, I tried to enforce the Bible so much. I figured out how many years ago. I knew this, that, and the other. I was sick of getting hurt. My family, blah, blah, blah. Things have gotten really spun out of control. And my back to the staying away from eating human byproduct or human in general, or being obsessed with anything that requires another human or a sacrifice, should just, it's just wrong. And I don't care if they've been doing that since allegedly the Neanderthals, okay? And if African Americans were here first, why are the first people white as snow? I think we were out there maybe and then had to come here. Maybe, I don't know, got to come here. It's a beautiful place. And I'm not alien. I am human being. I have been through a lot. This filter makes me kind of, well, let's just go. People need to stop making assumptions and just trust what is. Stop hating. Stop. Just stop. I was going to say it in the name, of love, but I'm not feeling much of that either at the moment. I simply want to hang out with those that I have hung out with and laughed with in the past pre-junior high. How's that? Pre-junior. My family, my blood family. I know things have changed. People have changed. Their directions have changed. So the ones who love me will see that I am not going to be a threat to you. Excuse me. Or yours in any way, shape, or form. As long as basically, I'm thinking I get to, my communication is I get to be me, but we get to creatively take a break for a while from the media stuff and just, that doesn't mean go away because of a whole bunch of different things they've been planning on and they're just like, nah, no, I'm not worried about it. I'm just trying to help everyone save some money. And by save money, I don't mean sending your designated, how many 1,000 pounds of food are designated to go overseas. Did we make an agreement with overseas countries to give them food in people or give them food in general? What are we agreeing with these other countries? It's okay, I don't have anything against any which person, but when you start to accept that, we're just going to start doing this by bringing them over, kind of sneakily trying, as a culture clash, of course there's going to be problems. Of course. And I'm not saying the ones, the way we got here and the way some got here, and I'm not saying anything was done the right way in the first time, okay? But if you recognize that enough to plan to build again the same way, that's a foolish move. Two wrongs don't make it right. Well, you don't know that. And then to step in and do it to a kid. So, even worse, just because I sing, because it belongs to you, because of that. That's why, no. And for the longest, the only reason I ever got mad and was saying it belonged to me is because I was recognizing along the way, what the fuck? They're wrong in the first place. The people taking and abusing it are the ones that chances are, and both sides were telling me, are the ones that are, behind a lot of this in both cases, okay, in both incidences. So, and then they're going to also do this to my own family while dividing us and shutting the world down in the meantime. Okay? Yeah. I'm still here. I wonder often if Elon is Alexander's. Okay, there's one person, just that one, this one person right there. And these minis are coming up and doing the work but half the time it's not the work for. I think it's just people working off of. I'm sick of people ripping on mine, the people that are, they turned around and just brutally have been ripping them for stupid Stormy Daniel type shit, it sounds like. I remember Stormy was Kara's pit bull. How long does this line go? I'm not really wanting to find out. I refuse to take or inject substance or put anything bad in my body, period, or eat to get stronger so I can fight. Either fight or die. Why? Why does it have to be that way? Huh? Why does there only have to be like one? What is me dying gonna provide you food? You immunity from whatever you think my son knew? Or my daughter? One or the other? It's my son. Absolutely. Fuckers. And they're the same ones stepping in to take over. Even, don't you see don't you see they love you for that? They loved you that much that they... Okay, maybe that'll all come, and just let me get my shit together and my things together, get organized, and love, and know that I will, I can come back and visit here. Where are you going? I have no clue. I have no plans. I have no vehicle. But I do have you guys, and I do have my son with me, even though he's there. I mean, he's I feel like, and I'm not speaking on, this is not Bible talk. I don't not believe in Jesus. But I don't like the name. I have not liked the name Chris. I've had bad experiences with Chris's or Christina's. Not all, but a lot. Although those aren't the two names that I gave, that read like boom, 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 boom. What the? So we're all as a nation having to take a really, really hard look at our inner workings, I think. I don't have to so much as far as my own inner workings and my own, try to get up out and not have them feel like they own me, that I can't get out without. This is silly, okay? It's silly. It's not silly at all. When I initially got on here, I said I'd sing. So I'm gonna sing to you. And I still hear they need something, Mom, so sing to them. Sing to them. No, you cannot. No, you will not. God, yeah, works in mysterious ways, so you better not. But we need your spot. Fuck you, you don't. Been dealing with it for some years. And now you see that energy come up again. Maybe it's a little sister fit. I want out, I need out. But here we are, and I'm grateful for. Do what you can. Do what you can. Where you can. How you can. So, Hey, ex-boyfriend. Hey, well, for a second, Joe. Hey, Joe, what's up? Joseph Costello. How's it going? Hey, where'd you come? You came, I'm just curious. How's it going? Thanks for those Hawaiian shirts. I suppose I don't try to get them back. So I can give them back to you. Thanks for being cool, chill. I don't have any ill feelings for you as far as, I don't want you. Please don't sick your women on me potentially, or any women around, or designate mine or my son's life owed to you for some. Hey, are you related to Vinny in any way, shape, or form? I used to call him Big Brother. And then I asked him. He was good. He was nice. But I asked him. Not good. I don't know if he was good. Like, no, we never know. Nothing like that. Ugh, no. He just gave me another kind of like my mom's to get my head together. You know, for the most part, that's what it was. But it wasn't what it was. So, but aside from Vinny, my stomach. Oh, I remember when I was mad and my brother had just died, and I said, "What? Did you know my brother or something?" And he just took a knife. I didn't believe him when he said no. That's the only thing. And then the poker peacock, the peacock poker face was coming out, and I was. So I see how they're making a killing off of this, off of my, and actually they're thinking, the fucking assholes, and I don't want to live forever. Assholes live forever. I don't want to live forever. As anything, but who I am. Okay, Jessica Marie. But we're more than names. I get that too. Okay, more than who I'm not giving for any reason, right now, people are expecting way too much, even if way too much is one person, another person after we haven't even gotten to the bottom of that person or the one before. So this is, well then go somewhere, okay, Australia? Fuck that. Never going there. I have no desire to go anywhere but to stay basically on land. Okay? Or by plane that I know the pilot and the passengers as well, and it's all planned out, and I have a home that doesn't require getting to it by a plane or a boat. I don't need much. I need people I can trust, someone I can trust. Does that mean I need to go underground or does that mean I need to go underground or get locked up? No. Does that mean I need to answer the door unknowingly and be just out? No. Have someone coming out looking partially like, partially not. No. But what I do know is that logic is Mom deserves some upgrades, and definitely to be reimbursed for. I feel like a mooch because I've been here not able to really focus on much in my guts, on the like I have holes in but my body heals fast. Not for you to go and take from, but it's also not for you to take from me, as well as not tell me maybe something was given to me in the field in 2015. Maybe there was a needle, and maybe that comment from, I think it was a Suge Knight, and I don't mean to talk bad. I don't know Suge Knight. Does that mean I'm scared? No. Looks like could be someone closer than I thought. So does that mean no? It's a respect, and I appreciate even that insight from then. He was just trying to say that, hey, they don't fuck around in prison. This was not a talk show. They inject people up with AIDS up the spine. So did this happen to me? Was that needle in my car? Was that from so evidence? I talk about evidence. Do we need to talk about that? No, because it doesn't exist as far as that goes. Aside from, I've been tested for AIDS. I was terrified I had AIDS due to that reason, and then due to opening myself up sexually to was going to say a different kind of man. I was going to say men. Especially after... And then that same bitch has the nerve to pop up today and kind of try to taunt and threaten me. And then I see her through the music scene too. Names people. What's up, Hershey's Kisses? I have no clue who that really is behind Hershey's Kisses. But I remember it correlated with the East Coast and with that Haley Kaleo or Bailey Kaleo. People have been trying to work off their debts and got used to working off the debts and the money they made. So now, even if their debt has been paid off that was off the back of other people, they still want to roll with it. That's cool. Cool, and I'm sure they figured it out because I don't pay attention to those ads anymore. They could be going on, but I just hit ignore. So yeah. I mean, the people watching to decide what people get to watch after that. We're just going to turn it off. Watch what? Watch what? I see how manipulating the side that was taught what's up, maybe like out of, I know what you did, you better, because they're crazy stalkerish, like obsessed, or they're just pissed off because one person from one family line did something one time, how many years ago, they decided they want to manipulate it and just like they're two. I mean, not two, like let's say someone lost a child. Or maybe even if, I mean, that's sad. Let's say someone lost a child during a time that I was maybe like 5 or 4, or doesn't matter what time. Someone else lost a child I didn't know. Might have cried. So they figured they'd blackmail. They'd manipulate. These are the people that are rocking some of, not all of, but some of, these are the people rocking my music and my story, also while responsible for my son. It's the way I look at it, and I just talked to him. He told me everything's fine. Basically, don't call me, don't talk to me. Yes, you deserve. Okay. I also said that doesn't sound like you. Terrified? Yes, a little bit. So, solutions? Here's the thing I'll take upon, I wouldn't, you never know, like, evil snowballs. There was that Substance show with Demi Moore, and yeah, she did a really good job acting that. Thanks for that portrayal there, that movie. No thanks. No thanks. But respect for, holy smokes, and the movie itself. So aside from, there was a point in that movie that they did a really good job where it showed the rolling of the uglies that are, or the honesties that came out, or the identities, and just so, that thing is just, and if I was thinking if that thing has my loved one, or my, potentially like, how would I save the soul? How would I help soul? How do I help? I'm not willing to entangle mine with one that is so entangled with 50 others. Okay? And that doesn't mean my son. No, that means I'll do anything for my son. For my Zach. Who I haven't really seen the, like, no, I saw the true side of him in Vegas last year. This is really awful. This is really not cool. And I'm pissed about whoever, you're an idiot, whoever, and all I see is, okay, moments after I get home in February, this is March, or no, maybe this was after, okay. So I leave in February. And you know what? Until some of y'all stop being fucking cowards, if you want your family member talked about, then you step up and say his name. It sounds like at this point, maybe, I don't even know if that person was real. maybe that whole thing was supposed to happen. Because no one else seems to be so upset about it or speaking out, but they're expecting me to. And in the meantime, they're going to hold mine ransom or punish mine based on your dad. Oh, Dad, don't leave. From February this last year, huh? Are you sure you're not PTSDing on your own? And then putting it on mine, so you plotted on mine for how many years? Maybe? Or so you can't. No one should be putting their bullshit on their kids. I didn't realize I was putting mine on my kids until I said, Dad, I can't after the field. He needs to go back with you to Vegas. He was almost kidnapped from the corner, or kidnapped from school. With his buddy Gabe, scared. Teacher, Mr. Wheeler. Nothing to do with the teacher. I don't know. But I know his teacher's name was Mr. Wheeler. I just saw. So facts, looking back, people have been stuck in our life for a minute with this stupid name stuff and just trying to take over because they're pissed, they're mad, and they want to bring up the whole world into, they want to make things right. They want to be, chances are, I think there's people beautiful of all races and kinds, but no one person should get to decide who gets to live in what body and what name, under what name, or whether the daughter or the mother lives, or the son or the father. Someone else. No one should get to do that. And I can't do anything to stop that. I wouldn't know how to try. So, again, I'm a logical person, and the reality is, I'm stuck right now, and I am stuck because, well, I was going to say because there's snow on the ground. No, I'm stuck because no one calls my phone line. I'm alienated. I sound like Wendy Williams, right? Like that. Has it gotten that bad where there's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers, or just layers of stories trying to be told, or I mean, like people trying to step in and make their money? Is that how far it's gotten? Because I had a condo in 2017. Do we need to talk about this? I've been pretty G about everything. And I'm not trying to go up against. But when I notice one person has 6 records, 6 albums, whatever, and okay, right on. You take those. That's probably your hard work. But you're not going to step in and take over my life when I recognize correlations. Like, you had a son too. You lived across the way. You said your parents were big into the Route 66 stuff. I met your parents, or your mom. You lived with me. You and Bill Henderson. Okay? You guys helped pay my bills when I was in a down and out place, but I was also living on the state of Oregon's randomly selected HUD voucher. Grateful for. Went a year without it. Did I use it for, did I get 2 jobs and not show up because I couldn't wake up? Yeah. Did I almost die from pneumonia in that closet? Yeah. Okay. Was I hospitalized for 2 weeks? Yeah, pretty much. Have people been trying to kill me for quite a while? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what the fuck? And then I hear they call us such and such. Fuck off. You guys, I don't care. Say you came first if that's what this is over. You came first. If something happened to my own when I wasn't aware, when they were really young, and it goes back this far, and so you're fighting for that, then so be it. Okay? But for you to keep thinking that you get to nap people up for any which reason to, because for the, there is no such thing as a pleasing sacrifice. There shouldn't be. There really shouldn't be. I have this, I don't even want to touch. I made up my mind, I don't even want to touch, go near, see anyone that those two. I want nothing to do with them. Nothing, or any form of them. The solution is, unfortunately, they're probably both very, very wealthy, and or have a large significant share in. Because I think I saw something about them just coming back down into atmosphere, the 2 that reminded me of them back in, so under Forbes. I mean, at this point, it's like, what the fuck? I think that I dated, Chris Forbes. Hey, I think your dad is Doug Forbes. Your family owned the Tumalo Pharmacy. Hopefully you're not mad at me for those really cool, or for being cool with loaning me enough medication to go to North Dakota or South Dakota on OHP. And that is what should have been paid back. Later, it probably has nothing to do with, but your pharmacy closed. So just saying, I was thinking on all the wrongs. I could have wronged anybody that might have brought on anything that's happened. And even that was not, that was something that probably happened because there's an awful person, maybe her name was Kara, Kara Ann Williams, maybe in all forms, stalking every move I made. So they could manipulate and work that way. So I apologize if that move had a doing me a favor, knowing I had to go to work. And basically was out of options. Got a car. We'll talk about all this later if someone ever wants to talk about it. And if I live long enough to make a difference for the right people. So, again, yeah, I need a therapist after I'm getting all pumped and ready to, just deal with life and stop being someone that mom probably really doesn't want here. So, and it sounds like, but at the same time, I don't have anywhere. It's like no one's pulling up. I'm trying to hustle up my wardrobe that I don't need so many items of, and no bites yet. So, meaning no. I haven't sold one thing. I feel like there's a block on my internet going out, and y'all are just laughing because it's just getting to the few, the handful of bankers or whatever. So I don't want to go anywhere except for on my own, on the ground, in a car that I'm driving, that I own, planned, to my own place, my own home. Or I can just focus on living. That'd be great. And not have to worry about dying or, unfortunately, I don't even see that one person that I trust to do that with if it was offered. None of this stuff has been offered. Gotta keep going. So, gotta keep going. You tell me that any of y'all wouldn't get weird. This is weird for me. This is what weird looks like. It used to look a whole lot different, a lot worse. And yeah, I remember that picture that they called the Statue of Liberty, right? But it was someone else's name. Because I remember looking at that picture of me on the ground in the trailer out there. Charity, all that bullshit, Mike. Okay, I haven't seen you for a minute. I haven't seen him for a minute. This has gotten, if your name is, maybe Michael and Michelle should get together because that's cool. They are together. That's cool. There's been a couple good Michaels, nothing against most Michaels, but as far as I'm concerned, Mikes and Chris's. Sorry, I'm coming up with multiple types of names. Just please don't. Just please don't. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. People are... It has nothing to do with I'm not gay and I don't like LGBT, to each their own, but don't judge me based on my chakra flag. Chakra does not have anything to do with anything other than being cool colors and representing the different energy areas in the body. And I don't know much about it except it's just a good thing to be aware of and not enter into as far as the music goes when you're in a vulnerable place. How's that? So about this. I was asked earlier, or like United States or China, or but for one to have to think about that is really when I've never been anywhere but here. Sometimes I sit down, I hurt. Sometimes. But I don't need to complain. All right, back to. It's creepy thinking maybe like hold up, bro, hold up, peeps around. If potentially other people are scared to pull up or come by or say hi or even pull up to give me a ride. Planned, like, so I can help everyone, for fear of being shot at or something. That would be crazy. That doesn't need to happen. I'm not owned. Definitely not to people around here. No, not this. Not here. This is like Generation 2, they call it. I belong to Generation 1. Even if I may be one of the only ones left. I know my stepmother's an Anders. And there's a lot of us at heart, but most all have been married. And Bridgman was never a legal name. I picked that up during COVID because I was feeling alone and knowing that that was the last name my mother hadn't really claimed as her birth father. He's got other kids. She didn't meet him until he was 30. No one wants to tell me how things work or even show me more without getting me more tied into more of what I don't know. So I just tell myself it hurts me forever to be helpless today. I don't have to be helpless though. These were words my brother wrote from 2007. Why and on earth would I need to, especially when I have these lyrics to remind me? It's like were half of my friends growing up really, really my age or really old souls plotting on me from then? Huh? I think on that. Weird. My very, very first best friend in the world, corner house, King David we lived on. Her name was Erin. Her mother's name was Christy. Father's name is Craig. Her big brother's name was Grayson. Last name is Christensen. They were really awesome, and I spent a lot of time at the cabin with them. I also got stung by a yellow jacket on my left cheek. Lots of fun there. Just random. So, if there's something there I should know, then please let me know. Last I heard, Aaron and I stopped talking when I went to Morningstar Christian School. She went on to do her, basically junior high. We were cool. We should have always been cool. My point is, last I spoke with her, junior high, high school, junior high. Seems like oh no, what am I talking about? She's happily married now. Duh. I saw online a couple years back, or maybe it was many years back, but the last time I remember hearing her, like seeing her in person, she was dealing with, she'd been a cheerleader and she was going to court or something for something. And so what does that have to do with today? I wonder on every interaction how potentially what I didn't know could have harmed me that I had nothing to do with. I think on how profitable it's been for people to keep us in the dark, distracted in general, and people in general. The modern day workforce, that's what it's been. And working is good. Going to work and having a job where you can work is awesome. When you get ulcers when you go home because it's like high school, or there's all kinds of stuff I could talk on, but I just need to get back on. Oops. Get back in. I want to be in charge of my own life. I've gotten this far. And I've got help from the others who weren't so lucky to not survive. A little bit. I mean, I don't see, I don't hear. I choose to fight my own fights. I've adopted enough of other people's. If there's another me out there soaking up everything that I do, may you not be hiding behind the identity of those that I lose, those that I lost. Us humans not the answer for their insatiable. Period. Insatiable. Ugh. Yuck. Half of you say and put out production shows on your past lives and how you remember them. I want nothing to do with anyone trying to tell me what I have to do. Suggestions are fine. Please don't pop up again after that deja vu. At the time I wasn't sure if I was right for you, but now I know I'm not. I don't want to be a problem. I don't want you to be with me because you think you're caught. Because you believe you're caught. Because you failed the first time in picking up his vibe, and now you want mine. Back off? I mean, not you. I'm just trying to be. Do I have any guns or ammunition? Have I ever used one? Just for fire practice. So I'm all about figuring out. I can't even say that. I heard my brother say, sis, you can't, they'll kill you for that one. You can't. And it's something as stupid as to speaking out about a violation on me. All of this, my dad, my mom, your mom. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but the forcing of we are all one, we are not all one. To an extent, yeah. But not to the detriment of another. It shouldn't be that way. I wish I was interacting with you guys a little bit, or people were talking back, or I wish I didn't have to feel like those 2 names that I didn't say that night cost me my son, partially. Hi to the one, at least. I hope you're not a hater. I want to hang out and have a good time without feeling like I'm going to be attacked or buried alive. Or drugged and wake up to, just talk to me. Like, pretty sure. I mean, I'm not challenging this, but if anyone's like, we really want to, we miss you, but you might do that, like you're dangerous, like if you're like, you might rock in and blow up and burn us, or hurt us when we've gotten so. And then there's, I think, the people that are, nope, she's burnt forever. To the point where there's a generation 2 plotting on or doing work for. Hopefully that's not what's going on. I see it the other way. I see it as the other one was studying and plotting so much that they stepped in and basically caught blindsided and used blackmail as based on the protection method or mode. I don't know. So, you guys made me your enemy if I am based on what you know that you don't want to share. Or that you haven't wanted to share, even if it's a blah, 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 blah. Hey, I don't want to say it, like, hey, yeah, your family has been kind of like gods, kind of, sort of, maybe, kind of still are. Not gods as in gods, but gods as in been here a long time gods? Maybe. I don't know. I just know them for who they are. So, and I never looked at things the way, yeah. So, there's what I was going to say is there is, I want to give specific shout outs or specific, hey guys, but I don't for fear of burning or for fear of that source, that I, whatever it is. I want to get down. I don't want to get down with the Egyptian. I want nothing to do with anything where I've never been in pyramids type of thing. Okay, they have enough. That's fine. No disrespect. I don't know enough on. But I'm going to stick to doing my less of a materialism type of thing. I don't want to be stuck to numbers and defined by categories or years, or because I'm going to stick to mine when it's the facts, like it is the 16th now of February 2025. Just because so much has been done in some years that has been around the clock, and now you guys want to consider that person old or that experience old, or say that, oh God, how old are you now? How long have you been awake? How long have you been asleep? That's fuckery. I've been awake the whole time, barely. I actually have part of it working hard. So, see, my stomach is quiet now. People get care all the time to heal themselves. I hear I have an Aunt Missy that, I know I have an Aunt Missy, but she's not really my aunt. She used to babysit me, I heard. She's just kind of been there. I don't know much about her. She's not my blood aunt. But simultaneously, there's some simultaneous things going on that I'm like, what the fuck, that's not my story. And even though it's not my story, why did I get so upset about it? It's like kind of a similar thing going on. And she had her surgery, that's cool. So because a step aunt has a surgery at Christmas time, when I'm talking about my stomach, I automatically correlate it with what happened to my son, I thought, potentially in 2023, May, when I tried to, a couple days later, that, man, I really did it. Done. 12 hours later, 13 hours later, what the fuck, man, that's... Called the ambulance myself, to then it's been spun around, twisted, and up, turned down, because I think my own tried to save me and get me out of that situation. And then we're caught at the end holding the, what the fuck would you get us into? You made us look like idiots. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be having secret ceremonies where you burn fake people, or where you burn people in general. You shouldn't do that shit if you have to be in secret like that. You shouldn't do it. It's awful. And then you go secretly run around, and it just makes me mad that people have to be in fear of basically aborigines over here. White, black, yellow, brown, it doesn't, there's all kinds of. So, yeah, I don't like it, especially after we barely got out. That field, someone collected on my story, and there's been insinuations on it. I don't know if there truly was an accident on my part or on my son's part, or both, or just one or the other. And if people have just been accumulating, well, they're not going to do shit about it. Well, oh, well, if you do blame it on, making, it's just in order to take over. And I have no desire to be into politics. Zip, zilch, nada. Especially when you wake up and you realize, holy sh... maybe born right into this. But what about 2008 and Obama? Was he a real person, or was he really run from a basement? Okay? He looks kind of like Denzel, to me. Obama does. He's been a favorite actor of mine growing up. He always played the badass roles. My brother and I went to see the Book of Eli. People... I'm thankful for every minute I'm alive. I shouldn't have to step out of my own name and identity in order to survive. I shouldn't have to feel like I need to run, or that I'm not wanted, or that I'm a piece of, that I'm a pawn, or that I'm a token, meant to think that I'm worthless when I'm really, 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 really actually quite valuable. If I was a sellout, I would have already sold out. I would have stayed and stripped in that club in Vegas. And I would never have left with Alex. Although he did what he could, I think, to help out. So I don't know. Something about Tesla and batteries. Just want to know the facts, guys, what happened. At the same time, knowing that, hey, they're just going to step in and take over your... No, they're not. 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 I need to pack. I need to pack. I need to move. I need to sell. I need to pack up. I need to consolidate. I need to consolidate my clothes, because all I can think about is less. If I get too bogged down in what little I have, it's going to steal from me what I have left. I feel like I'm underwater, and in a pool. I feel like I'm underwater in a pool that says 13 feet. I get up, I can see I'm 2 feet to go, but I've got weights on my feet. You know, in life, when you're asking yourself, so many people are trying to make things right in order to keep the rights to the music and to keep what they did to Zach down. Even before the music, this stuff was going on. Or out of fear of their superior. I am not yours to lay down, to give. No. People are trying to make the Bible come true so hard, and I'm not trying not to. The same people, they probably really, I mean, along the way, I'm not discrediting the Bible. The Bible was written by designated people that were around when the last Jesus I thought God would never give on the cross died. So, how many years ago was that? You can't even find it in the Bible now. I'm just saying people are going to use and find any witch they can to continue their crime. And at some point they started putting it in the movies to try to make it come clear, and then they kill over it. Like, what's this about the salmon? What's this about the beautiful bones? Okay. And what is, okay, that's just a movie. All right, things are lonely, but I'm wasting time. I get stuck in trance sometimes in here. I just, it's it, like, at this point in my life, unless I don't have, which I deserve, if I had a place to put my things, or a nice little storage, I could clean it and just make it all nice and ready for the, I don't know. I know my mom probably had plans to do her own thing prior to me getting here. She's been here a while. So I'm hoping they'll give her some options. And I say her, like I'm not, like I have some plans or somewhere to go. At this point I don't, and I'm not I'd rather just do my best here and stick it out as much as I can until someone, and not just a friend, like until I'm offered. So I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Sucks to know that you're not the problem. Simply from memories or by remembering. More and more so. Maybe it's just around here because they came up so much off of the downfall. Maybe someone did collect on an accident. Maybe my son, when the tow car was, when they had to total his car in 2022, maybe it was worse than they said. There's all these what ifs. And I think there's been so many what ifs pulled over certain people's heads throughout life for whatever reasons, like mine. And Zach's, that people are probably wondering, where do we start? So yeah, no, I didn't, that was not permission to go ahead and redo me, or it was, God has a plan apparently. And I remember Zach calling me last year after I got here. Hey, he never wanted to make small talk, so we didn't really talk. But he said, yeah, well, we had you there, and it wasn't to have you dead. You could tell he took a big swallow, like a big gulp. When children are used as a weapon against their parent. When anybody is. When people use children or the youth. When people, I just want to go to heaven when I go. I don't want to leave my soul up for anybody here on earth. Please, please. I don't want anyone here to have it. Not any part of me that's been going on, and it's going to the wrong people, and they're just ravenous. There is no quenching, basically. There is no quenching, unquenchable. There is no satiating, insatiable souls or insatiable beings. Do they really have hearts? When they go like this, does that mean they're really not beating? I remember they took a picture of my heart in the back of the... they've been trying to dispose of all of this because it didn't go right, ultimately, for them with me in 2015, which sounds like they were trying to turn me into something that could make me... They were trying to bring biblical, for sure, true, and maybe that's just nuts. Steal our DNA. Step on everything that they took or scared from, and then just try to make their perfect baby from it. Or pump to make here's the thing, to make it look real bad. They pump the initials so full of trauma, secrets, abuse, continual, that it's sick, okay? Like a body, sick, diseased, at disease, okay? So therefore, it's just gotten really, and then my problem, the same one, is with that one that sickens, causes sickness, spreads that sickness, profits from that sickness, absorbs that sickness, because chances are they're excuse my language, but a sick motherfucker and they like to fuck little boys, hey, if that hits you home, then fuck off. Or fuck anybody, basically, any innocent. Or fuck girls. And you're not going to change me into a boy so you can take your anger out on me because I said that now. That type of thing. Groomed happened. And it shouldn't happen to anybody. Ever. Nobody should be groomed because the person raising them might be a sicko or might be in deeper than. So, I do know that. And man, I got really fired up over that one. I do know that. I wonder if Chris Case is really a person. Chris Forbes. Are you, when like 2016, you said you guys all knew each other? It was an awful summer. You like to fuck me in the butt a lot then? That sucked. Like, why? You did. And I hate it. And I've never really been, I hate it. I hate it. I have been, hate it. And I haven't been at all for quite a while. Everyone knows, and even James knew that I didn't do, no. That's fucking sick. If you are obsessed with assholes, maybe you belong in space, never to return. Seriously, I don't want to, I have no, oh, you own the controls, so you never have to. Huh. I hear the dragon breathing because I pissed it off, and there's only one that can, oh, come with me. How's it going, veterinarian Erica? I don't want to be your Eric. I refuse to be your Eric. I refuse. Stop. And everybody getting shit because they're pissed off. It sounds like what happened was there was some event and people are pissed off about the ascension level that they got or whatever happened to them. They're just furious about it. So they're trying to bring it out and live it out and fix it through other people. And it's just unfixable. The way I look at it. I don't know, I've never been to an event and I don't plan on going. I know that if I were to go, and this is serious, I'm sure if I were to travel to, which part of my family, my stepmom and my sister are missionaries, or my sisters, they had to have crossed this or experienced this 20 years ago or 15 years ago. Dang. In the bush in Africa, and they living in the bush, being a missionary over there as a little white girl, Jamie. Holy smokes. And years later having a family, but I'm saying to pop up in an environment like that, I'm sure it was terrifying. Those are the true, Aborigines, right? They're probably really fast and terrifying. So at some point, someone decided they were going to bring them, I mean them respectfully, but bring uncultured or bring unknown, bring people. So that's a culture that we absorbed their religion on, it sounds like, or their, to the point where it's scary, and I'm not saying that's the only place. I don't know, and I'm not even against, I'm not saying that's the only place it comes from. It comes from, Australia I know is pretty big, it sounds like. I really don't want to go anywhere. But up and out and to see a couple that I love, hopefully. Not a couple, but I'm going to shut up. Whoa, it's been a long time since I've been chatting away. So, to those to the hundreds, potentially. Pissed off because, or grieving because, or blaming because, or looking with their hand out still because. That is not my problem. I am not and will never be your pounds of food, your Antichrist, your next president, your your anything inmate, yours at all. Seems like James and Carissa are related somehow. Or Carissa is Kara. People create their own, I don't know, are clones a real thing? I think the one in Vegas, I think James was the real. Who knows if there's even a real Wayne, like I thought there was, or like I figured there was from the front of. Why did I think that my son's father looked so much like him? Were they kind of sort of in the same order type thing? I would say this goes way back. In the name of Jesus, I'm breaking all your bondage. I'm breaking all, like not your bondage, but your bondage over me. Bye-bye. Leave me alone and stop stealing from me. And if you have, and I grew up with you, actually, peasant, blood, like, I'll take a chance on that there's still enough you there. If anybody will have me. Not anybody, but, you know. I promise no temper tantrums, no matter what I find out. From my family. I appreciate that. Definitely that favor that looks like, I mean, it was a favor that I didn't realize I needed. Maybe. Was it actually done? Huh. Is anything ever actually done as far as wickedness or wicked? How do we get rid of it? Where do we put it? Like people, they're certain that how you send them. You heard me. So we take back control of whatever that is. I don't know what that looks like, except for the fact that there are a couple that, yeah, I mean, a couple of knowledgeable that probably would know what to do with it. I have no desire. I don't. No thanks. As soon as I get off, I'm gonna think of other things to probably say. No one wants to ask questions. I don't even know if this is going out. This could be going to all the people that want to hurt me, or that have wanted to hurt. They're just the people that want to hurt me, or the people that are just have insatiable anger issues, or don't want to deal with their pride, or are pissed because they made so much and now have to explain. Not why they made so much, but feel they have to explain. I'm not looking for anyone to explain any much wealth that they've made. I want to fuck about, to be honest. I don't want to be in an area that profited off my son. to be honest. But I do appreciate the fact that he's still here, so I'm crazy, apparently. Talked to him earlier. Some of y'all might say her, it's him. Thank you for the voice clips enough to know. They don't always win. They can't always win. Not like this. That would mean that they allowed this to happen to their friend. Oh, but they have no friends. Well, then get the fuck out of my life. If you're that big and bad, I don't care how many you run. Seriously, sounds like maybe some seats need to be reset themselves. In other countries, maybe. Here, or maybe, seriously, I'm saying if you're a leader in some countries, maybe you should look at the leadership in others. Hiding behind other people. Oh, I gotta be quiet. Oh, that's the Holy Spirit. I never slept with him. I never touched him. I would never touch him. Oh God, that would be a weird fucking, who knows? I can't go there anymore. I just know that that would be an ultimate. But it all goes back to anyone that's going to hide right now is hiding behind. They should be able to say they hide behind the police force. They should. But unfortunately, even the police force sometimes have to answer to, right? Is that how it goes? Why? It's just wrong. Like there's money can be made other ways without extensive kill everybody off. At the same time, I can understand the frustrations of those who have been allowed into the country secretly, maybe, or under agreement that in exchange for work, they've been here. I'm sure that I don't know what the answers are to all of this. The thing that defines a country is its language, its borders, and its cultures. So you take that away, and it sounds like it happened real quick during COVID because some motherfucker couldn't stop stalking my life in some way. Or stealing a part of my soul in some way. Stalking enough for me to think that the same that was the same that in Vegas, okay? Layers or whatever, or identities, or blackmailing your big brother or your others that worked, or they're in the same position. Who is Bob the Builder? Is there one Bob the Builder? Are there multiple Bob the Builders? Do I know Bob the Builder? Did I go to California with Bob the Builder? Does it even matter talking about the Bob the Builder? What the fuck? So, and I want to know why am I even? I shouldn't. Oh, well, he's the one he owned the building that Kara and I lived in, and Kara and Brad lived in. I think, regardless, I don't know, and he's never really caused me problems except only to address me, that he recognized me as I walk away. So, yeah, to my knowledge, nothing. I don't know, I'm torn between, do I say it, do I not? The only reason I'd say it is because one of my old neighbors shares the same name as one of my little sisters, and these days I'm wondering, And the male little sister that used to be my neighbor has a kid of all of his own, but anyways, the last time I saw him, things were weird. He said he's good. Or I said there was something about good, and he said, Ted Edie's not. So what does that have to do with me? I don't really know. You better stay away. I'm not going to your osh. Yuck. Not going anywhere. And I shouldn't have said that name. I was just repeating. I mean, I don't have anything, like I said, against. I'm wondering why. Jamie. Hey, Jamie, male Jamie. Saw you at the DMV. I thought, Jamie. Hopefully you and your family are okay, Jamie. And that you're nice to people when you work at the op, Jamie. You probably are. Opportunity Foundation. Hopefully you're nice. Wondering why you... If I saw you again, I'd ask you why you said not Ted Edie as far as... Just curious. That left me with a... So... If I had it my way, there would be no piece of my knee left, or there would be no remnant of that anyone could get to after they abused. I wouldn't allow abuse. I would just remove myself. That was not very attractive, right? Ready? Slow-mo. Yeah. I need to put some chapstick on. I can't stand snakes. Actually. I haven't seen one person that I actually recognize 100% that's stirring up all this that might be actually where I used to. What the fuck? That's bold enough to come forward and do this. May it be bogus if anyone ever tries to go to and let it in state claim like they did about the 1745, whatever the gas land rights. Okay, I wasn't alive then, but no one should be able to claim rights over anybody's life that isn't for a time they didn't live, especially. At all, especially for something that happened 10, 20, 30 years ago, because we might share or they might share so you're going to plot on. And it's just fucking awful. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. It would be, well, damn, that's a big one. So, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, pack it up. Make some mun, pack it up. Make some mun, pack it up, shake it down. Shut up. You don't get to tap into me or plug in. I'm not your power. Ugh. I'm scared to say who I really want to hang out with, because even though they could probably do it, make it happen, I don't want any bad or blockage from the ones I really don't want to hang out with, that are just powerful enough or old enough, or young enough, I don't know these days. Solution is I don't need a guardian. I'm grateful to have been here. And I'm agreeing to finding work and to finding a new place to reside, because my mom probably wants her life back. So know that. I don't need to run and be scared in the meantime, leaving residue of who I am again. Even though I will, because this is where half of my stuff is, and memories from my life. You do not own me, whoever owns James. Blue has nothing to do with politics. I'm saying the color blue. I used to like color blue as a child as well. I like to sport red as an infant. I know that. Pre-made. Na 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 na. So. Were there movies made out of my stay at the Sienna Suites in Vegas, 6555 Boulder Highway? I think it was number 3102. 2020 of June, or it was July. July of 2020. And again, I'm thinking of y'all trying to save money, potentially, if this gets out and you don't step in and make... Anyways, July 2020 through May of... or April of... very end of... it was July 2020 through March 2022. It seems like they just erased that whole part of my life that I worked and came home and dealt with some lessons, but basically being used. I'm not a victim. I'm just saying I was using, then used some more, it sounds like. And then refused to hit your little bitch. A week after my brother died, when I should have, because she might have been huge and old, but I didn't. So in general, I'm not saying that just because you're small and hiding in a younger girl's body that you're going to get away with it, or that I'm not. So it's just awful. It's just, what the fuck has the world come to when you feel like you might get attacked from a kid or something, or when a kid, like an old spirit from these awful, crazy, scary, I don't like even being around anything where anyone could potentially get to me and do voodoo. Fuck off, dude. Nobody should. And you definitely shouldn't put your kids through that and then use them. Take your culture and go back. That's what I have to say. Not here. Okay? I'd rather have basically very little culture than one where I'm scared to go outside or make other people scared to go outside. Cause other people to go outside like they're hunting and preying you. And then when you look and realize they have been your whole life practically, and you went and hurt your family when they were only basically trying to protect you based on what you weren't aware. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now people have, sounds like, is there legit kids out there, like, all across the board getting sick, or was that a planned thing because you inseminated and you want to prove, look at their bad, he wasn't really the, and then, fuck off, motherfucker, whatever happened to yours or your kids, your family was not on me, even if it was partially from, okay? I'm sick of you little kids in spirit acting, living, eating up, and then rarring, it's not rarring, and then, I'm sick of cowards. I'm sick of men who step on women. I'm sick of men who want to hurt, and until they can't hurt, will do whatever the fuck they want. Okay? I'm sick of men. I want to vomit when I think of a man that wants to turn me into a man so they can abuse me too. Or have me fulfill my purpose by freeing y'all. Allegedly, maybe, like space and singing. Fuck off. I'm seeing people out there who have been quite upfront and honest for what they could potentially be, so I could get a feel for what they've done, or maybe the crime that, and I still think there's hope for people who, a couple people who are willing to admit that I'm an asset and not so much a liability. I'm willing for people to stand up to the scary-ass celebrity names sometimes that are hidden with money. And that's why they're scary. And I'm not saying attack celebrity money, because I respect how it is right now. Like, fuck, it's been pretty scary, so don't attack the celebrities. I'm saying don't be intimidated just due to a celebrity, especially when that celebrity maybe rocking, hopefully that doesn't happen, maybe rocking off of, my situation's different, but like a Nicki Minaj. I didn't even realize how much that could have been Kara. Fuck, maybe from before and then back and then, or the other, what is it? RR, the other, Reese, and then I think on Reese's peanut butter cups, and my son loves those. He used to love them. I don't know, so I think on the names and the sound that have repeatedly showed up, so people are still like fighting tooth and nail, thinking they own a whole, you owe us this because this happened, and even though the man that produced it and gave it all out to you diligently is probably one of the richest men in the world, rocking the energy from both of us, or all 3 or 5 of us, okay? Hiding behind, I think it's China, right? Oh, no, wait, also Mexico, but also possibly responsible for, so I wish him and his wife and his son all the best. I'm not going to step in, and they're not, I mean, I'm going to choose to believe that they really don't want me dead. Does that mean that I want to be friends? Nah. But again, the very last, if anyone I wish anything bad on, it would be those with kids. Unless they just shouldn't be parents. And that's not up for me to decide. I need to know if there is, I need to know what happened. I need to know, I need to trust someone to possibly not really, I was thinking how scary it would be to be in a foreign country and not know the language. To be in a foreign country, period. To be in any other country. I don't really have any desire to go to any other country. Yeah, the politics are scary pretty much anywhere you go, but being thrown in a country where you don't know shit. I feel like even amends were made to China possibly for Steve Jobs and shit that I wasn't even aware of. The iPhone and the... What the fuck? And who owns Sophie Rain, by the way? Something said $43 million on OnlyFans. That image, that Sophie Rain. And then you see the SOF. What the fuck? Any fuck? I miss laughing. First thing I want to do when I hang out with mine is have a drink or two, which I don't really drink anymore. I do sometimes, but have, not the first thing, maybe chat for a bit, but have a drink. Ones with the caps on so we can pop them off at first, and I would like to watch the movie E.T. and eat food. That's sealed first. We'll be good. I have to believe that there is somehow, some way out there, someone, people that know I'm valuable, that know I'm far from heartless or cold. I'm calloused and 100% human. Sorry you can't explain away your hate. Females, bitches, people that couldn't have, or, yeah, selling me off, trying to get there first before. So, throwing every single piece of shit at our lives based on being mad at someone they thought that was their dad. Or their, anyways, people will find a reason for anything. So keep them away from me, please. If you've been caught into all of this and they're still trying to blackmail, and you're not those two names, or relation, or the proper spelling, and if Kara is no longer around, Kara is in the next form, meaning like younger, or possibly, I don't know, probably someone, scary, that's been stalking my whole life and poses as maybe not even white. Who knows? Time will tell. But if you're holding my own son's soul captive because you got together with him at a super young age and he's a little confused, then you don't deserve him. Hi, Zach. Hope you hear that. He's on his own, he knows. How's the daughter doing that everyone is talking about? How's the families doing that lost their daughter? You need to talk to the young ones on that one. Seriously. Insatiable. Let's kill all of them. Let's rob them. Let's take them. Take all their everything they are. Just because they're white. We want to be white. Sorry. That's what it kind of turned into. So now white people are hard to trust. Not that white people weren't initially, or that there's any one sect of people that are easier or not to trust, but goodness. Well, I'm glad some things that I've accomplished are safe, and I mean that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've had no confirmation, but I've had confirmation, so in those I trust. Ironic thing is, some of those that y'all are terrified of or have been terrified of, I don't think they probably haven't. What's terrifying to you might not be terrifying to me. That's how it is. And I'm not focused on being any more terrified than I currently am at this, well, most of the time, situation, being back in the same town where I got my DUI, where it seems like everyone wants me gone, dead, or working for them. When I've been ill and probably undiagnosed. So I'm okay though. I'm still kicking. I'm still glowing. Still 42 years old, first me. You don't get to go. This is to those who think it's still a thing to burn people. My God, if anyone at this point in time is burning anyone and calling another person a witch or anything, they are the witch. The person behind or whatever, or the electric chair. That is someone. Don't ever put me in the same building as someone being electrocuted. I don't care who it is. Keep me the fuck out. I want no part of that. I don't want any part of that soul. I don't want any part of that experience. I would pray and bow my, if it was that's a bunch of sick people in that room. It's like controlled demonology. Let's just soak up. And this is just all based on my baby experience, okay? Maybe it's stuff that I haven't experienced, but it's stuff I'm aware of because of another's experience. Does that mean I have a demon? No. that mean that I think that even Zach wouldn't even talk bad about, he never once said anything bad about, so, and I don't say it because I've been told not to say it, and I don't think that by saying it's going to do me any good anymore because it's burned enough. Again, not necessarily him or them, because it's not like they can do much, but I don't even know who's real these days, who's been creating. What the fuck? At this point, I think the only way I can make money is if I get on the high level, or who knows if they'll even pay. They're probably already have something set up and making money just trying to use me so they don't look guilty of whatever comes up. I have no clue, but I'm not about to trust in something that scares me like that. When I can't even sell my clothes online, physical things. I don't want to get caught up in any more of the bullshit that sounds like you guys have been doing on me or mine for a minute. No one's bold enough to show up or call. But you expect me to pick up on everything and react, and then it's just some fucked up shit. So until someone else has some solutions, calls, or I like you and want to talk to you, know who you are and you're not playing games, then leave me alone. Stop plotting for my spot. Your money doesn't scare me. It's your money these days, the energy that's spent, maybe it was partially my money. You think I want to lose more of my money, even though I never figured out how to put it into? You think I'm going to give you guys to do what you did again, maybe times 2, just to, and fuck, I am so upset about the fact that it'd be one thing if they just knocked it off, but they're still trying to win. They can't give up that they lost money on being right on a movie or a couple movie segments. Now, gonna have to rewrite that one. Sounds like the other damage has already been done. Along came a spider. Down to that one even. At work. Had to go to the doctor. I have pictures of the big ass spider bite, but I didn't have the actual spider itself, so I couldn't prove that it was a spider bite. But right at the same, it was after I already gotten the spider bite. It was healed from it, but I watched so I got the spider bite first, and then watched Along Came a Spider, and then Kissed the Girls, but Along Came the Spider I watched, and realized I'd just seen a little cartoon on the channel, on Mom's home screen for something, for a furry spider. It's enough to drive anybody mad, and I think it has. It's cost a lot of people their lives, especially when we think on COVID, and the whole quarantine, how much bogus shit that sounds like it was. Sorry if you lost your loved ones. Nobody should be forced to do anything. If they're not doing anything illegal. Especially. Bye, I got on to sing, but I'm just tired of that. I think of those hateful people out there that think of nothing other than, and then would hide behind, we never know who they were. I wouldn't even get to see. Not that that should happen, but I'm thinking on how to shut down the haters from watching my channels and my videos and soaking up everything that I am after everything that's happened. Given the chance, there's another name I think is really going to probably flabbergast all you. Maybe I'm one of the only ones bold enough to say it. Maybe it runs in the same line as that name I said earlier. What the fuck? But I know it's a name that's been in the midst since like Gold's Gym, my first job. So on and so forth afterwards. The creepy fuckers need to stop. And parents need to stop allowing them feeling guilty and allowing them access to their children. Bye. Protection. I need friends with cousins. I need, please, love ya. Please. Be nice. it now, I know you're cheap. The thing is, though, all right, bye. Early in the morning. Dang, it's been 2 hours and 10 minutes. This would make a good semi-interesting, boring movie, right? Not movie, but you could probably plug this in after you transcribe it and make it into something else. So, someone said there's a case or something coming up this year. I don't understand how you can talk about a case before it happens.